เชิญอันดับหนึ่งค่ะคุณแอนค่ะ
ค่ะ. I was just listening to a recording of a discussion um, uh, earlier this week where um, the discussion was to some extent around Alzheimer's and memory. And I just want to see if I was understanding it correctly. Um, for sure, Alzheimer's is not uh, headphone wipak. It's not what do you call it? I can't even say in English. It's not it's not the result of gamma, because the results of gamma are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smell. That's it, I think, and thinking. The But it is a function of memory. Um, the memory is never um, it's wipalad. It's always a distortion of the realities that are appearing, like memory. Unless there's a lot of understanding, there's not a memory of, for instance, color or sound. There is the memory is of the story through first nimitta, and then a story comes. So Alzheimer's then is really a very high level of distortion of memory. Vipala, both memory and chitta. Um, is that somewhere near correct?
If we don't mind about the name of the disease, what about the truth? It's real.
Yes.
It is a reality which experiences the object wrongly, right?
Yes.
Because of avijja, not understanding the nature of it. That's why even we just think about this and that and not forget this and that. But what about the understanding? So forget about the name of all kinds of diseases, but it's moment of chitta, which is akusla. So
Yes.
great, that's all, etc. Because seeing is seeing for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
No matter for any patient or just the one who is so very fit or healthy, seeing is just seeing. That's why we
Mm-hmm.
talk different levels of reality. Ignorance is that it depends on how much accumulation you
Mm.
have wrong idea about this and that until memory is wrong more and more and more. And what is that? Is the moment when someone say that he lost his memory, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's all. No different between realities. Avijja is avijja.
Yes.
Memory
That
is
makes
memory.
that makes a lot of sense, for sure. It's
But
Go
we
ahead,
cling
Ajahn.
too much. Yeah, that's right. We cling too much to the word and classify it by different ideas, by way of medicine, by way of
Mm.
economy, and so on. But in truth, it's citta and cetasika. Avijja is
Yes.
the main cause.
Yes. Because there really is. Yes, I realized. Um, yes,
So
Alzheimer's is certainly not a reality, but it's Dhamma's wipalat until the memory is gone.
mhm, that's why we have to come back to the truth
Yes.
about realities. That's all.
Yeah.
It shows the nature of avijja when it's so great accumulated, conditions such strong memory,
Yes.
very unusual. See, that's all.
Yes. So it's accumulations then in some ways, isn't it?
Yes, because the accumulation is quite different too. A moment of attachment, so very slight, cannot
Yes.
condition result as karma, but it
Right.
conditions result as the result of upa nisyapatya.
Mm.
That's
Yes.
why Buddha thought about different pachaya, different ones, even chetana, two kinds. Sahachata arises with all kinds of chitta, and nanakanika karma, only that which condition result in the future, not
Ah.
given. That's why we learn little by little about the truth to have more
Mm.
understanding. That if we talk in terms of worldly words, diseases, doctor, and
Mm-hmm.
on and on, it's not understanding the nature of reality at all. What kind of medicine subject say about avijja?
None.
See, but it's there.
Yes.
Even a doctor cannot cure it.
No.
Only the great doctor, the Buddha, only.
Yes.
And no matter we talk about anything, we can bring it to understand the truth, the nature, which is there. Otherwise, we follow that way, the worldly way, just talking about the cause and effect of such medicine and
Mm.
the way one live.
Right. And that does not relate to realities.
Not at all. That's why
I
when
could add,
yeah,
Yes, again.
oh yeah, I was just thinking that wouldn't you say that change of interest, change of attention, habitual thinking, like we used to think about certain things, more, and then now our interest and goes to certain other things, we don't even think about those other things. So I think it's
Yes.
just it's normal. It's very normal. And you can say that we forget things all the time because our interest goes to other things. So, and in fact, there's memory with every chitta. So we can't say there's loss of memory. It's just a memory. There are no conditions to remember certain things and conditions to remember other things.
Yes, that's a good yes, that's good, Sukin, because things change, things constantly change. And it's well, I think too, like you say, that it's conditions as well. I think different memories are conditioned and or not.
I mean, it is all conditions.
Yes.
From the Dhamma, it's all just realities. Chitta, Cetasika, Rupa. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more.
Right. So the subject of loss of memory, I find it comes up quite often, and
Yes,
it's really
that's because, as Achan says, is we are thinking in the conventional sense in
that's
terms of
right.
labels, certain labels, and because we are not,
Right.
uh, you know, we have no understanding of realities, we get lost and we start wondering and are
Right.
confused about these situations. But in
Right.
fact, a person with Alzheimer's is just still chitta cetasika rupa. That's
Right.
it.
So there's never a loss of memory. There's just a not loss, but
Yeah, it's never lost. It's never lost.
no, it's
Memory
always there.
can,
That's right. Right.
right.
I yes. I have to keep reminding myself it arises with every citta. So it's I guess the word vipalad I always thought of as being distorted, confused.
Vipalasa is all the time. Every time there's chitta vipalasa, sanya vipalasa.
Yeah.
There's all the time when it's a kusala.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you. That's helpful, and it's a kusala so much of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Okay. Yeah. It's very good to look at it as not. It's not lost memory, although people always say, "Oh, I lost my memory," but
And what about
which is
memories in
conventional.
previous lives? Memories of previous life is never lost. They are conditions
Right.
that can be
Right.
recalled. but there are no conditions to recall your things that happened a few years ago. That's just similar to there's no conditions for you to remember what happened in your last life, isn't that?
And your last, that's right. That's right. There aren't. Okay, thank you, Sukin and Ajahn, thank you.
All are dhammas, depending on understanding.
Yes.
If we don't talk about Dhamma, we think that we understand the explanation by the other way, but in truth, no understanding of the reality at all.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Actually, you know what? And this morning, last night I didn't have a good sleep because the temperature was getting less cool, and I didn't open the AC. So I didn't have a good sleep. But this morning, when it was time to get up, somehow I felt that my mother was going to wake me, and I was wondering for a moment, is my mother alive? No, definitely she's not. She's dead since many years. So, that happened for me,
Yes, it does.
yeah.
And we think of that somehow, I was going to say almost a dream, but it's the same as the dream world we live in. But yes, you're right. It happens quite frequently, Sukin. And it certainly, I think, helps and makes a lot of sense to think about it in terms of the Dhamma. It's very easy to be overtaken by the conventional explanation of things.
And I think often we somehow feel the need to have an explanation, which I think is missing the point too.
Yeah, you're right. We do. Okay, thank you. That helps.
Ajahn was explaining about the mirror of Dhamma a couple of weeks ago on Saturday, and
Your voice is very soft, Alberto.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I was talking about the mirror of Dhamma, which Ajahn was explained a little while ago, and it reminds me of the distortion, the distorted mirror of the memory, because of no panya, which is the straightening factors of the truth, and also looking instead of having the mirror, which allows to see one's own realities. We just look at the outside world, and but without panya, so it cannot be straight, it cannot be sharp, it cannot be as it is, because of only panya can see it undistorted, and the memory is as Ajahn was explaining, is because of ignorance. There must be that kind of memory. Cannot be any other kind. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I have looked it up in the Tipitaka, and there's in many places it explains about the mirror of Dhamma.
Okay. I've not found that, but I haven't looked too hard. That's interesting.
But we are not able, we cannot hold it in front of us. Because we are too concerned about the external object, the
And so now it's the nebulate's turn. Do you have anything about Dhamma to talk about? Sohan,
Yes, Kapachan. Pachan, I want to ask about Biplasa. I heard today Biplasa, like Shraddha Biplasa and Sanya Biplasa. What is Biplasa?
how many kinds of Vipallasa
Yes,
we have to understand? Ditti Vipallasa, Sanya Vipallasa, Chitta Vipallasa. Is that right? Three
yes,
kinds of Vipallasa. And when there is the wrong idea about the reality, that is Ditti Vipallasa. Take it so wrong, like we have to do this in order to realize the truth and so on. Can it be? Impossible. What is wrong is Vipallasa, like Ditti, wrong understanding of the truth. Is that clear?
yes,
Ditti
Ajahn.
Vipallasa. Is that Ditti Vipallasa right now?
Right now, no, Ajahn.
Is it you or is it a reality?
Is a reality.
Really? So no Sohan at all?
Yes, Ajahn.
Really? How
Yes,
can
Ajahn.
it be, how can it be completely eradicated? No Sohan at all?
Uh, after understanding Dhammas,
No, only that cannot eradicate wrong understanding at all. It's so strong.
yes, Ajahn.
Otherwise, what about Piti Vipallasa, Chitta Vipallasa, Sanya Vipallasa? All three different levels. That's why just not understanding the truth further and further, clearer and clearer, more and more. It's impossible to think I have no self at all. It's
Yes,
to be truthful to the truth, to understand the teachings of the Buddha, each word about what is there right now in life, anytime, anywhere. Otherwise, it's I all the time. At moment of waking up, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. That's why we have to learn about the very, very subtle truth of reality. It does not appear as it is, the words of the Buddha. Because what is seen now is senoditi that takes it for something. Atta, a rose, a chair, a shoe. See, in truth, what is it? What is the nature of the reality which is there, appearing? It does not appear as it is. So, do you have the idea that now I have no wrong understanding at all?
no, Ajahn.
So, and what is the wrong understanding? Is it real? What is it?
To take us.
Saying again, please.
Uh, take to ourselves is a wrong understanding. Like I
What
am
is it?
seeing, I am hearing.
So, when will it be less?
When we more understanding to the realities, it's not by self. It's just only reality.
So, be truthful to the truth right now. What level of understanding, of seeing, and that which is seen, is it enough or it's not yet? Because it still appears as something all the time.
Yes, Ajahn.
So to be truthful to the truth is a very, very important from the very beginning to the end. Be truthful to the truth. What is there? What is there? Now see.
To be like
What,
not taking with us. The sin is sin chitta, not we are sin.
so you are living in the world of atta,
Yes,
something, someone all the time, until it can be just very little eliminated by understanding the truth little by little. That's why we talk about the truth, the words of truth from the enlightened one out of his understanding.
yes, Ajahn.
So at moment of seeing, just the moment of seeing, is there any wrong understanding of seeing?
Yes, we are. If we are taking with us is wrong understanding, but at the moment of seeing, just only seeing is reality, is not wrong understanding.
So many realities in life in truth, but what is there is through one of the six Dhamma only appearing. For example, there are so many citta, but only the seeing citta, the Jaku Vijnana, now appears as it's there, but no understanding of seeing as it is. Is that right?
Yes, yes, Ajahn.
So is there still wrong understanding of seeing which now sees?
Sorry, Ajahn. Again, can.
There is seeing right now. Is there any understanding of the truth of the nature of seeing right
Mm,
now?
Not yet, Ajahn. But
So it's at that moment it's akusla, is that right?
yes,
No
Ajahn.
understanding of seeing. So very slightly, that's why Buddha taught about the very slight akusla at level of aswa. That's why we learn to understand. The wrong understanding is so very, very enormous, added and added each moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, not even understanding that even it's there. Wrong understanding of seeing, wrong understanding of that which is seen, wrong understanding of any moment which is there unknown, the truth of it yet. So we learn to understand how much ignorance and attachment and all kinds of akusala accumulated on and on and on. Not to be heedless, that it's just very little. But in truth, each moment of very little akusala, it piled up on and on and on, each moment of experiencing an object.
Yes, Ajahn.
So is there any aswa now?
If taking wrong view is Ditya Sava.
It's so very slight that it's not known because now no understanding of seeing. So that is clinging to seeing as I, Sakaya Didi, Bhavasava, just take it to cling to life, being, something, even seeing, something, a reality which is not known as it is. It's not anyone's at all. It just arises and falls away, unknown all the time, see? That's why we learn to understand the truth is so very, very subtle. So it needs the subtle considering of the truth of that very moment to just develop understanding to let go ignorance and attachment. So very little unknown, but it works its way as the path leading to realize the truth, the fourth noble truth of the Four Noble Truths.
Yes.
Is this your question?
My question is Shraddha. I leave the name.
There must be question about the truth all the time, but no thought about it.
Yes, Ajahn. प्रिया मैले के सोधे थे
Anyone can answer. Yes.
हाँ yes Ajahn. Prasadi. I asked about Prasadi. Shraddha Prasadi, like Sanya Prasadi.
Which one? One by one.
Uh, Sanya Prasadi.
Anne, would you like to help Sohan?
I didn't get it. Can you say again, Sohan? What is the word?
Pasadi?
Yes. But I named I forget my question. The last name because it's first time, so I forget my question.
So Han,
Yes.
you may ask about the Vipalasa, right?
Yes.
Vipalasa, yes.
Vipalasa, yes. So I named the name. So I asked. I want to be know about a Vipalasa.
What kind of Vipalasa? Three kinds. Titi
Yes, Ajahn.
Vipalasa, Chitta Vipalasa, Sanya
Sanya
Vipalasa.
Vipalasa. Ajahn.
Which one? We have talked about Titi Vipalasa, is that right?
Yes, Ajahn. Yes, Ajahn.
And what about Chitta and Sanya?
What about Chitta and Sanya?
Mhm.
Is that what you'd like to talk about, Sohan?
Yes.
Can there be Chitta Vipalasa without Titi Vipalasa? See, consider what is heard carefully. Can Chitta be Vipalasa without Ditti Vipalasa?
Can Ditti Vipalasa without?
Can there be Chitta Vipalasa without Ditti Vipalasa?
It can, Ajahn. When Chitta arises and it takes. No, Ajahn. It cannot because without wrong view, it cannot be Plasa.
Really? That's why we have to learn about the truth in daily life. Otherwise, it's in the book. See, when one is asked about how many chittas are there, arising with Ditti, arising without Ditti, and so on, one can answer. But about the truth in life, each moment, it can be moment of understanding what is there. Can there be Chitta Vipalasa without Ditti Vipalasa?
It cannot.
Can it or cannot?
Cannot.
Cannot. How
Yes,
many
Ajahn.
Lopa Mula Chittas? Forgot? Remember?
No, I know, Ajahn. 8 Lopa Mula Chitta.
How many Lopa Mula Chitta?
8.
Okay, what are they?
Uh, I have to see the copy's name, Ajahn, because I
They,
named the name.
no, the truth. Lopa arises with or without Didi. How many of them? See, not in the book when you answer very easily, suddenly, instantly. But what about now? Just don't think about what is there in book. Can citta arise without Didi?
I
This is
Sankara. Yes,
I
with can be Sasankhara.
so what has been learned when it comes to now. What is there? Can citta arises without Didi? Can it arise without Didi? See,
Can be arise, Ajahn. When Upekha
I didn't ask about that. I just asked can or cannot.
can.
Can, when.
When
Not,
Upekha,
not just only in the book. Why do you
when
answer Ubekha? Because Ubekha can arise with Kusala as well.
Yes, Ajahn.
See, that's why it seems like study the book knowledge. They can be very keen understanding of the word and so on, but not understanding the reality at all. When it's there, if it's firm, there can be the moment of answer in by that question in different manners, different ways, by way of itta and by way of cetasika and so on. That's why learn the truth is not just follow the word in the book, but understand each word represents reality right now. Otherwise, it's gone. When it's not asked, when it's not thought about, no understanding of what is there in life right now. That's why even just one word or one chitta or one chittasika has to be studied very carefully to understand why it is conditioned to arise and why no condition for it to arise. Otherwise, we don't study Dhamma. What is there now at all? Because Dhamma is what is there now, right now.
Sohan, does ditthi arise with seeing?
Sorry,
Does ditthi arise with seeing?
taking arise with sin.
Ditthi, does it arise with the citta which sees?
Dithi
Yes,
or cannot.
right. So it doesn't arise with every citta, and it doesn't arise with hearing or tasting or touching. Right. Does it arise with the Javana jittas
Yes.
all the time?
No.
Right, right. And what about ignorance?
in ignorance can be arise with Diti because there is ignorance.
Actually, I need help with that one. I thought,
So Han, Anne is asking because we were talking, Achan was talking earlier about the 8 Lobha Mula Chittas, and that's because you were talking about we were talking about Vipalasa, and you said that it's Vipalasa only when there is Titi. And Achan, that's why I brought up the topic about the 8 Mula Chittas, Lobha Mula Chittas. And as you know, 4 arise with Diti and 4 does not arise with Diti. And now, now Anne is asking about other chittas like seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, whether these are with Diti, and you said no. And now she's asking about Moha Mula Chitta.
mm,
Is that with Diti or not?
Mohamurchita, yes.
Moha Mula Chitta means there are 12 akusla chittas.
Yes.
8 Lobha Mula Chittas, 2 Moha conditioned by Moha and 2 conditioned by Dosa. Right?
Yes.
So 12 akusla chittas. So the 2 that is with only Lobha, with only Moha, Anne is now asking whether those 2 have Dithi. Is that what you're asking, Anne?
yeah,
Yeah. That's
There
Anne's
is Diti
question.
or not, yes.
So out of the 12 akusla chittas, how many have Dithi?
It's the 4 and
Can
4
Dithi
and
arise with dosa? Can Dithi
yes.
arise with dosa also? Hanachan, I think you need to help.
So now we'll talk about Diti, Vipalasa for everyone, not just Sohan, right?
yes, yes.
That's right. There are 4 kinds of aswa, but now we just talk about the Ditasva, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
So is it Cetasika? Is it real? Ditasva?
Yes.
Even right now, is that Ditasva? See, even it's there, it does not show up. So no
Yes.
one knows. Only Buddha just thought about the very subtle reality because they are not just what appears now. There are other citta, sampadichana citta, and sandhya and so on, and chavana and so on. But only what appears now has to be through the 6th doorway, one doorway at a time. That's why we learn to have very, very subtle understanding about the truth. Diti arises with avijja, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
With attachment to diti, but not, it cannot arise with dosa, see. So when one has dosa with such, one does not like to have it, one does not cling to that which one dislikes at all. That's why diti clings to the wrong understanding. It cannot arise with dosa because it arises with lobha and avijja. But it's so very subtle because not all citta appear at all. So the citta which arises with asava, unknown. The citta before seeing cannot be known. The citta after seeing cannot be known. So what now appears to be known but not known yet, is the seeing. While there are other cetasikas, so the nimitta of seeing is only one there, not the nimitta of sampatichana or anything. That's why not understanding seeing is there in between, like the sampatichana and santirana unknown, but it's there. So very, very subtle. Cling to seeing as I see. Is that right?
Yes,
No one knows at moment of seeing that it's already I see, because it does not show up, but it's there I see. That's the level of akusala with the very subtle asava, ditthasava. Kamasava is there, bhavasava is there too. Avijjasava is there, unknown. That's why the more we learn about the truth, the more letting go. Hoping, expecting to experience the truth, because it's quite far away. Only to be truthful to the truth of each word Buddha taught about. Consider it carefully, whether it's true or not, it's real or not. And Satya is so strong, never changed at all. But no matter what happened in life, the Satya Barami of that which is there as a reality, no one there at all, has to be so firm to condition the second round of understanding the noble truth. That's why there is question, just to be considered carefully, whether it's careful enough to understand what we have learned in words, but to understand the truth, not in words, because it's there, a reality, which we are talking about right now. What is there? Seeing, thinking, liking, disliking. More than that, when we learn more about saddha and cetana and so on, that's why learn to understand the very subtle reality, which does not appear as it is. So when there is the careful considering of each word of the truth of the Buddha, the reality which experiences the object. Give example, please. See, not just all Adhamas, this is Dhamma and that is Rupa, but what is there now? Which is Dhamma?
which is Dhamma, Achan.
อะไรคะ What is it? What are you talking? Say it again.
Achan, what acts Achan ครับ
How many realities are there right now? See, complex, many realities, right?
Yes, Achan.
Right. If it is just like this all the time, it's the world of something, atta, not the world of anatta. Each one, all kinds of reality, one by one, is anatta. Because now seeing does not appear as anatta yet, but in truth, it cannot be anyone and it cannot belong to anyone, and it's different from other reality. This is the only way to let go ignorance and attachment so very slightly from moment to moment, to get closer and closer, not to forget the truth of this moment right now.
Yes, Achan.
That's why we can talk about and ask about to be considered how much understanding of that has been heard, has been learned. For example, can Michatidi arise with citta all the time? No need
Which
to talk about, no need to talk about this word in the book, this section, this group, but any group that you have learned can be talked about to check the understanding whether it's firm enough. Without questions, how can you know that how much understanding of the truth which is there now appearing? Because they're seeing now, and what else see? When one is asked what else, what has been learned, but it does not appear. It appears as nimitta of such moment only, and so on. This is the way to understand what has been learned, whether it's firmly enough, not to be forgotten. That no one there, no one there. Otherwise, what can gradually letting go the idea of self or someone or something? So now we all mix what we have learned by question and answer about anyone that we have learned. So what's the question about Didi? What citta does it arise with?
Diti?
Didi, what citta Didi arises with?
With Lobha, Mula Chitta.
Lopamula citta?
Yes,
Always,
Ajahn.
always,
Always.
or
No,
not
Ajahn.
always.
Not
If,
always, Ajahn.
if you are not asked, you might think that it's always, but when there is question about it, time to consider it again, what is
Yes.
true and not true. Can it always arise with avijja? No.
No, Ajahn.
What is the question?
Can it arise with all
And
time
Diti.
Lobha?
Mhm.
Can Diti arise with Lobha all time?
Listen again. Can Diti always arise with avijja?
Avijja. No.
Is it right, Gunan?
Yes.
Can Diti always arise with avijja?
I actually don't know the answer to that one.
Actually, and
No, it doesn't always.
the question is, I think if I understand, when Diti arises, is there always avijja?
No. Oh,
We can change it.
avijja can arise without ditthi, but no, I'm thinking ditthi arises with avijja.
No, it is, yeah. It's not the question of whether every avijja, every mohamole chitta has diti. The question is every diti has avijja.
That's the
Yes or no?
question?
Yes.
No,
All
every ditthi has avijja, but
Yeah. So that's it. That's the
every
question.
avijja does not have ditthi. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What about dosa, Ajahn?
Yeah.
That does not arise with ditthi, and I
Diti.
guess I'm finding myself asking why. It arises with ignorance.
Do you like this idea or that idea? When you
I
like
like that idea.
say it again, please.
You asked if I like this idea or that idea. I think I like that idea.
But when you dislike that idea, do you still like cling to it as it's my idea? If you dislike that idea,
Do I cling to it and think it's my idea?
when you like it,
Not
when you like
necessarily,
it,
no. No, not necessarily.
okay. what is wrong? Do you still cling to that?
Something that is wrong, do I cling to it? No.
So only when you have such an idea, not I dislike that idea, that wrong understanding can arise. With clinging only because you cling, you like that idea. So
Okay.
you have it. You have it. But when you dislike that idea, you don't have it.
No, because I don't want it. That's right.
That's why Titti cannot arise with dosa
What's
at all.
that? Okay, thank you. I was thinking of it. I was thinking of it earlier. It's my idea. That's Lopa, though, isn't it?
Right. That's why Diti always arises with Lopa.
Yeah, yeah.
Always. And does it arise with Avijja or Moha?
Yes, sometimes.
What do you mean by sometime?
Oh, just a minute. How did I put it before?
When
Well,
it-
except because Avijja does not always arise with Ditti.
Moha is Avijja. Without
Yes,
Moha,
yes.
that cannot be Diti.
That's right. So Ditti arises with Moha.
And Moha arises with all kinds of akusala.
Yes, yes. But Moha can arise without Ditti too. Yes?
Yes. But
Okay.
Diti arises with Moha.
Moha. Yeah.
But when Moha dislike arises with dosa, that moment Moha does not arise with Diti.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
thank you.
And is that your question, Sohan? About Titi. Now today we'll talk about Titi. Is that Titi right now?
Who are you asking, Ajahn? Is that question for Sohan?
Everyone, please.
Yes, yes.
The
there
truth is, Achan, it is
Yes.
there, but it's not known. Achan.
That's right.
That's why there is Didasawa.
Yes.
You have to name it what level of Diti. It's not known
Right.
at all. But I all the time I'm sitting,
Yeah.
I'm seeing. That's why there is the akusla at level of
Mhm.
aswa, with which it doesn't show up at all. That is there. So it can be eradicated together with the level of enlightenment only. And it does not show up. That's why we know only, oh, I have the idea that life is lasting forever and so on, which is not right.
And that I can control life.
Yes, see? That's why talking about one reality, no matter it's what, there can be more firm understanding
Mhm.
that it's not self. And when does it arise? When it does not arise, it does not arise with dosa. And then we go on, whether it's there with pleasant feeling or indifferent feeling, see, little by little to understand the moment of Diti.
Mhm.
That's how many loba mulachita is there. But when we don't talk about it right now, we just remember the way it is there to be a with that and that. But when we're talking about right now, different level of us of kilesa.
Yes.
So is there Tita Nusriya now?
Did Anusaya?
Yes, Tita Nusriya. Titi Anusya. Is there?
I've not heard that
Oh, with
term
every
before.
chitta, Achan.
Anytime?
With every chitta, every moment.
The Anusaya are carried.
In
in the citta, but they don't appear.
As long as that person hasn't eradicated, as long as that person is not Sotapanna.
Yes. Yeah.
So we talk about Diti by way of Anusia and by way of Aswa and by way of what else? So many.
Chan, I have a question.
Akusala.
Can I ask Chan?
Please, any question?
Yes, Chan, you keep reminding us about asava, that when, and give the example of when it's not like a firm belief in a self that can control or who has a soul or something, there must be asava. But I was wondering that even during these Dhamma discussion, is it not very often more than just asava, more than just ditthasava?
What appears now?
As always as something. I'm sitting here
Yes.
listening.
But there are so many realities which do not appear, right? Sampatichana, Santirana,
Yes, Tanachan.
and so on. See, they cannot appear because when it appears, it has to be through one doorway, right?
Yes, yes. What appears is only one can appear at a time. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And asava now, is there no asava? Like, is there no anusia?
From what we study, we know that during the moment of seeing, there's no asava. But immediately two chittas after it can arise, the three chittas after it can arise.
To show how much difference between the man, people, and the Sotapanna. How great to be Sotapanna without they have asava, impossible, right?
And to show that it's even greater than that, what I'm wondering is, for Putujana, even when we are discussing Dhamma, we cannot say that it is only asava that has arisen. It is often even more than just asava. Even though we don't believe in practices, we don't believe in soul or anything. For example, I was just looking at the picture of Kun Alberto, and I was wondering whether it was a still picture, and then I saw his eyes blink. So I was thinking that there's so much thinking of somebody sitting there listening, and I'm here seeing. So that's more than asava, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's known.
Yes, and that's why I wanted to say, because the initial question about to Sohan was whether there is any ditthasava now, and he said no initially.
Bhavasava, also Bhavasava,
Yes,
Avijja.
yes, there's bhava and avijjasava, and so it's very hard to say which asava at which time.
Because what are there cannot be known, right? Many processes of seeing before it can be just a strand of hair. See, not just the nose yet, only the eyebrow. Each one and cannot be imagined how quickly it arises and falls away. That's why even asava is there, it does not appear.
But it follows from just asava. What follows is more than asava, and it can be lopa mulicita, or with or without diti. It can be bhavasava, and it can
Even
be.
even now, lopa is not known at moment of seeing, right?
Yes, Tanachan, even that is not known. It's still,
So we talk about the so very subtle reality to understand how deep it is, how subtle it is, how carefully considering about each reality, not to claim that one has realized the truth and one understands so much and so on. And that cannot let go the idea of self at all. It conditions more clinging unknowingly.
that's a good reminder, Tanachan, that letting go must start from the very beginning with intellectual understanding, with pariyati. It has to start with that, otherwise there cannot be higher levels of letting go. That is good, Tanachan.
Mhm.
That's why each word of the Buddha should be carefully considered like anusya. It does not arise at all, but it's there as condition for whatever is conditioned to arise at moment of seeing, hearing, so on. Without seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, there is no aswa, no nivarana, but there must be anusaya. See, and when it's that experience something only in a process, no understanding of that is aswa. Even right now, who knows there is kamaswa, seeing what is there each moment, unknown as it is, but it doesn't show up. Even the moment of waking up, getting up by what kind of citta, lopamula citta, unknown, even is there, not at level of aswa. It think to get to think about getting up. I get up, even that, no word is there already. Lopamula citta, not just asva, because it wants to get up.
Yeah.
So that means, Achan, that even at that moment, it is more than just asava, it's lopa mula chitta that
Mhm.
actually appears. Even now, during Dhamma
Does not
discussion, there's a lot
appear.
of
Does
acoustic.
not appear. And when you get
No,
up,
no, when we get up and then we
lopamula does
start,
not appear. But
but
it's
I thought
not asava.
it is not asava, and you're saying it does not appear either.
Okay, wake up. What is seen, there's no understanding that there is attachment at level of ashwa. But when you want to get up, it's there, not ashwa.
Yes. So
So
that's appearing already, no,
yeah,
Achan?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Little by little, so very
yeah.
right.
Yes, Achan.
And this is our dhammas that Buddha realized and thought about each one. So very, very subtle that the understanding of the truth has to develop the understanding of the subtlety of what is there now. Otherwise, we just talk about only right understanding can eradicate such and such and such. But what about that which is there? That has to be known. And the understanding of that is the path, is the only way to let go, clinging to that as I or someone or something. How
John,
subtle.
I'm sorry,
Yes, please.
when you say has to be known, is it as there's more? Well, we discuss asavas. We learn more and more what they are, and that they are. We usually don't know them. They are hidden. Do they become better known the more understanding there is?
Okay. What appears should be known, or
Yes.
does not appear should be known.
I'm sorry, you say it should be known as well?
When it appears,
Yes. And if it does not appear, it can't be known.
it's there, actually
Yes.
gradually eradicated when the understanding develops more and more.
Okay,
No
that's
need
yes,
to, yeah.
that's what I was asking. Yes, because
No need to try to eliminate aswa.
No,
Panya
no,
is there already. Eliminate aswa and anusya.
right.
Belief.
And that's the expression understanding works its way. What is known can be
Mhm.
better understood, can be understood and eventually eliminated. And what is not known is gradually worn
Eliminated,
away.
born away. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But Kun Ann, you were talking about something that can be directly known versus that which cannot be directly known. Wasn't it?
Right.
Weren't you? And
Well,
and when we say use the word known, are we talking about understanding?
yes.
So I was wondering whether with more understanding, even that which does not appear can be better understood or not. Tanachan, this
With
is a question for you, Tanachan.
yes, please, John.
Tanachan, the question is that, for example, uh, say asava, because that's what Anne was talking about, asava which does not appear. When we hear about it in the beginning, there is, with the level of understanding, it is understood a certain way. But when the understanding develops, and even let's say at the till when there's direct understanding, even though the asava can never be the object of direct understanding, is it understood better? Is there more understanding of asava, even though it's not directly understood?
When panya is there, it just develops to understand the truth. And the understanding the truth, letting go gradually, wrong understanding or no understanding of the truth. Is that right? No matter it is anusya, aswa, okha, kanta, and whatever, they are there as they are, never change at all. So the understanding of that one reality, when it's there understood, any level of kilesa is less. Is that right? Even asava is less, anusya is less. We don't have to do this, and what about the other, whether it's still there? Like nibbana, see, all of them has less quality, quantity too.
Mm.
Is that right? Or do you have to have less
Right.
anusya and then less nibbana and so on? They all, because there is only one reality.
Mhm.
Lopa is loba, dosa is doda.
I think as there is more understanding and and especially direct understanding, how to say it?
Otherwise, yeah,
John, you mentioned the asava and the anusya are
yeah,
worn away.
yeah.
Um,
Otherwise, how can it be eradicated?
exactly. Yes. But I think, Sukin, are you wondering that because it's unknown, how can it be worn
Even,
away?
No,
even
the question is the word known when you used it, what you meant. Did you mean direct experience or did you mean understanding? Because there are many levels
Understanding.
of understanding.
Understanding.
So even if something is not directly experienced, does that mean that it cannot be understood better? That's my question.
No.
about, what about the 3 rounds of Arya Satya?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, because that starts, direct understanding is certainly needed. but it only that there are two more levels after direct understanding. So yeah, you need the experiencing of the direct experiencing and the understanding, and the three levels. Well, you're more and more understanding as things are experienced, directly experienced. And along with that, it sounds like there are the asavas and anusayas start to slowly wear away. That's my thought, Sukin.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about, for example, the Buddha's knowledge was far greater than any of the arahats.
Yes.
That points to the fact that you can have, total eradication of all the kilesas, including moha, avijja,
Mhm.
and become fully enlightened and not be reborn again, even though the knowledge is not full as the Buddha's.
Mhm.
So I think that's the point Achan's saying, is that there is wearing away of asavas and anusayas with more understanding, and it
I'm
does not
sorry,
have to be, direct understanding of
Yeah.
everything, you know.
Yes. Yes, it sounds like that. There's a level of direct understanding at which the truths become apparent, and the kilesa are eradicated. It has to be a slow process. It's so deeply ingrained. It's when we say too that the anusaya are worn away, I don't see those as same as the asavas. The asavas arise, but very, aren't not to the degree where they are known. But the anusaya don't arise, they just condition. So that must mean as there's more understanding, it conditions the wearing away of the anusaya. Is that correct?
Can you repeat? And
Oh
I
dear,
didn't
I
follow
was
you.
afraid you were going to
Sorry.
ask. Okay, the asavas arise, but they are unknown. They're so they do not arise to a great degree, or they're not known. There's that little of them, but the anusaya don't arise. They condition. They are conditions for the arising of, for instance, lopa or dosa or diti even. But they're worn away, it sounds like, as well. They are worn away as there is more understanding.
Apparently, that's
Yeah,
what Achan
that's what I
seems to be
thought.
saying,
Yeah.
that they are slowly worn away. And I guess that's the function of panya. The
Yes.
panya must be doing that job of
Right.
wearing away slowly by slowly, little by little.
Right. Works its way, as the expression is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know if I have the time for short comment about asava. Because I think sometimes from what Ajahn was saying, it seems I thought it was referring to the object, which does not appear of asava, while with the nivarana, the object appears, the object of nivaranas, but not about the nivaranas or the asavas itself. So asava, the reality, which is asava, doesn't appear, neither the reality which is nivarana or oga or yoga or
No, I
because
think Alberto, when we're talking about in such terms, in such dhammas as anusaya, asava, nivarana, oka, we're talking about akusala dhammas. The first one, anusaya, is those akusala dhammas that do not arise at all. The asavas arise but do not appear. And nivarana, oka, they appear. So the reference is to the kilesas, the akusala dhammas themselves, not the object of those akusala dhammas. So lobha, when it is oka, it appears. It's lobha which appears. It's not. It's the reference to lobha itself, not to the object of lobha.
I don't
I
think any
think that
reality
the
appears at
oka,
all. Sorry,
but I
sorry.
think that it's the now oka appearing. It's just like aswa, oka, yoka, when it's not strong. And if you don't say any word to name what level, it has to be that level. That's why now we don't talk about oka or yoka or kanta, but are they there? One characteristic of reality, but different manners. When you know what is banana, you know the banana, no matter in Thailand, in Switzerland, or anything, or in the soup, or in the plate, or in the steam, or whatever is done, you know that it is. That's why no matter what level is there, when it's known. For example, now, while one is fast asleep, and even there is moment of that which does not like Pawanka, does not experience anything. But at that moment of Pawanka, no thought about anything at all. Nothing appear because it experienced the object of previous life. So now that is anusia, is there. But do you see me? Only that it's you. Do you see me? Not like moment of being fast asleep, but it's not known. Do you hear me? Me again. I'll go. I again. I'll have food. I again. It's there, not as anusia. So it's aswa. But when one characteristic is known as didi and or loba, for example, no one does not know what loba is, even we don't use the word loba at all. But it's so very subtle to understand it. Even just now, seeing there's attachment already to that as something seen, or I see different from something seen. And how come the I see? Aswa is unknown. Like visible object is not known as it is. It appears as the bird or the doll or whatever is. That's why learning to understand it, when there is the understanding of one reality, no matter in what manners, what way, it's known as it is. That's why when there is understanding of what is there, no matter what happened or what appears, it's known too as it is. Loba is known as loba. Dosa is known as dosa, no matter what degree at this place or other place with this person or the other person. Dosa is dosa. That's why when there is right understanding, it understands the truth no matter what is there. So it letting go or decrease the clinging with wrong understanding of self from whatever appears, no matter at level of anusya or aswa or kanta or nivarana or kilesa. See, is that right? When it's known, it's known, no matter where it is, what level it is, gradually. That's why Buddha taught about the degrees of lopa. It's not just when you like or dislike. More subtle than that. At moment of seeing is there. You might not think that you like it because it's not that degree to appear as liking it, but it appears as clinging to that object already unknown because of ignorance. Whatever appears is object of clinging and ignorance. The second noble truth. And when there is the understanding at level of pariyati, right now, it is pariyati when it understands, but it's not yet being aware instantly of a characteristic which is now appearing, like hardness. There are moments of hardness, but no understanding directly of hardness as it's a reality which is hard. And when there is the understanding of hardness, no matter in the room or whatever is touched, when aware, it's known. So that which is the understanding of that letting go, any level of, no matter it is anusya, aswa, and so on. No need to try to apply it different stages. It's there, performs its function already, gradual, unknown, until the moment of understanding, by direct understanding, develop to be known. For example, we talk about hardness, there is hardness, we talk about it, but it's not yet the understanding with direct awareness develop, not only at the very beginning to realize the truth. It takes quite a long, long time of each stage of understanding, even at level of patipatti and pativeda. Is it clear, Sohan? A little more firm understanding of what is there appearing now. Even it does not show up, but we are talking about this moment.
Mhm.
And Kadnachan, without this firm understanding, there can never be direct experience.
I, Asava, Anusya, is there already in a day, while the other does not show up. Each move is that which is known when it's known. But the asva, we don't have to name it. The beginning of understanding the nature of seeing. See, from hearing, considering, firm understanding, condition, direct moment with understanding and awareness of seeing. In truth, at that very moment, there can never be anything else together at all gone when it's clear. Pariyati, patipatti, and pativeda, different levels can be known to be truthful to the truth of pariyati, of patipatti, of pativeda. So now, Titi Vipalasa, Chitta Vipalasa, Sanya Vipalasa.
The whole package, Ajahn. We have the whole.
We talk about the
all of
word
them.
which represent reality to know the differences
Mhm.
between Sanya, Chitta, and Ditti.
The Jitta Vipalasa is, well, I guess they're all based on ignorance, aren't they? All the
Sanya
Vipalasa.
is, yeah, when Sanya is Vipalasa, Chitta is Vipalasa, they arise together.
Yes. Along with ignorance, yes. And I found it interesting earlier that really all day, when there's no understanding of realities or even thinking about them, it's all Vipalasa.
You mean
Chitta.
accepting moments of kusala
Yes,
that may
accepting
arise in the day?
Kusala.
Yeah.
That's right. I guess I'm thinking there aren't that many moments of Kusala and they get lost. But yes, accept the moments of Kusala. That's right, Sukin.
And of course, moments of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting,
Yeah.
touching, there's no vipalasa. Yeah.
Right. There's no
But
Vipalasa there.
the point is that it arises so fast, and the asavas arise immediately after
Mhm.
seeing that it would, for all, it would, we could say that it arises all the time, because all the time there's taking the seeing wrongly,
Mhm.
the hearing
Yes.
wrongly.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So that's the
Or,
Vipalasa.
or even if it's not wrongly, it's like immediately akusla follows that. You could say that even moments of seeing is my seeing, moments of hearing is my hearing.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I think so. Remember, we used to talk about dream. The day, our days were just a dream. There was no realities. Lots of realities, but no awareness of it at all, no understanding.
so we start with the understanding that there's not a self anywhere, but in fact only just realities, different realities.
That's right. That's right. We start with that intellectual understanding, and slowly the shell can be broken.
Thank you, Sohan. May I say something?
Yes, yes.
It's very good topics that he's brought up about the Vipalasa, and from the Buddha's teachings, there are not only just three, but it's more. It related to the four areas. Accrue with four areas, like the Vipalas is like impermanence as permanent too, and Vipalasas, some things that tukas as sukha, and related to Vipalas, uh, anattas as atta, and Vipalas about not beautiful as a beautiful, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I think in daily life is, as
Yeah.
he says, it's all Vipalasas. It's very quickly in daily life. So
Mhm.
I also would like to understand more too, as about 12 Vipalasas.
Oh my.
It's not
Yes,
only three.
it was a very good question, Sohan. There's a very good discussion from it. Thank you. Yeah. I would think, though, it's the four vipallasa that we talk about, the Ditthi, Avijja, Kamasava, and
No, there are three. There are three vipalasas, and
okay,
Diti,
okay.
Chitta, and Sanya. And
Yes,
what
but
Kuldeep was referring to is all under Diti Vipalasa.
okay. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And of course, when there's Diti Vipalasa, there's also Chitta Vipalasa and Sandhya Vipalasa. So
Yeah.
you could say that there is taking what is impermanent for permanent at that moment. There is Diti Vipalasa, Chitta Vipalasa, and Sandhya Vipalasa.
Mm-hmm.
And when taking for self, there's Diti, Sanya, and Chitta. And same
Mm-hmm.
with all the four, which Kudrit was pointing out, means that three in terms of uh, impermanence being taken as permanent, self, not self for self, and
Suffering
uh,
for
yeah, suffering
du-
for
dukkha for
dukkha
sukha.
for not, yeah, sukha, and beautiful for, not beautiful for beautiful, or, vice versa.
Yes.
So 3 into 4 is 12. But I think it's good
Okay.
enough to know that it's classed in these three terms: Dithi,
Yes. Yes.
Sandhya, and Chitta. Yeah.
Well, the others are captured by it in some ways, aren't they? By the three terms.
Yeah, because as you answered Achan's question, when there's moha, there's Dithi and Chitta Vipalasa, which means that
Right.
even when there's no Dithi Vipalasa, there can still be Chitta and Sandhya Vipalasa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. This has turned into a good discussion.
And this is Parayati. With our Parayati, how can it condition the moment of direct understanding with awareness of one reality only?
You can't.
The more understanding of the subtlety of realities, the more letting go. Clinging, expecting, wishing, wanting to experience it, because it depends on conditions
Mm-hmm.
only.
And that results in a lot less concern and worry about not understanding, and just being able to listen and take it in without, I think, the less understanding. When there was much less understanding, I found it all more concerning, and trying to work things out, and expectations, and it's so much easier without. I don't mean that the Dhamma is easier. I mean that the the listening and the considering, it is what it is, and it arises when it does by conditions. No, it can't be pushed. There's no one to
You
push it,
mean
for starters.
you mean easier in the sense of less wrong understanding,
Yeah.
less,
Yes, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Yes, that of course, Sukin, is what helps make it, what makes it easier. Yeah, I understanding the Dhamma is not easy, but when you're not trying all the time to understand and make something happen, it's much easier.
because with more understanding, then the understanding is that it's much deeper than what we thought.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, much easier,
Much deeper and more subtle.
yes. I guess the word might be, you kind of relax about it and just let it make its way. rather than trying to push understanding. Yeah, but it's not easy at all. It's very subtle and very deep, and there's nothing you can do about that other than listen and consider and let understanding work its way. I guess there's a fine line there. Being lazy is not a good idea, nor is trying to push understanding and make it come faster. It's just, it's a middle way, somewhere
And
And
between.
also, if you'd like to compare, you can say that just listening to Dhamma is so much easier than going to a meditation retreat and sitting for
Oh
days.
heavens, yes, yes.
Right.
That's not what I was thinking at all. I was thinking of the trying to work things out aspect of it. John, you were about to say something?
And this is Satya Barami with other Barami as well. So Barami is now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bury me now. Actually, may I ask Achan and everybody a little bit more
Sure.
about Vipassana? And why like Chitta Vipassana in the Sukha only Arahatas can eradicate, even though Anagami cannot eradicate about Chitta Vipassana. Chitta Vipassana in Sukha, Achan.
Who eradicate the dukkha vipassana?
Arahanta. Yeah. Chitta Vipassana in Sukha Vedana. It's only Arahata,
Yes.
Panya of Arahata can eradicate, even though Anagami
Correct.
cannot eradicate.
So Anagami eradicate what?
Eradicate like Chitta Vipassana of impermanent. Yeah.
And what
And
Sotapanna eradicate?
also like permanent.
That's why we
Yes,
should better talk about just one reality at a time to have
Yeah.
clear understanding.
Yeah. Okay.
Kunrit, I'm not sure because I've never heard before your question about this. But I'm thinking that the Anagami still has Lopa Mula Chitta. So that Lopa Mula Chitta must arise with attachment and with to pleasant feeling. Maybe I'm not sure.
Lopa Mudita. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thân là no, the Anakami still have Lopa. No.
Yes, to bhava,
Oh,
to being.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I see. And
What did you say,
Avijja.
Sukin?
The Anagami still has attachment to being.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you said power. I thought you said power.
Anagami,
Anagami Ithanachan still has attachment to being, isn't it?
no, only Arahant.
Anagami, no, Anagami still has attachment to being. Arahata don't have attachment to being,
To sensuous object.
not sensuous object. I'm talking about bhavasava.
Oh yeah, I got
Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes. But anagami still have bhavasava.
Yes, yes.
But anagami does have attachment to sensuous object.
No, no, no.
Yes.
Anagami does not have a kamasava. No.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Sukin, to remind me. Yeah, and Nagami eradicate dosa also. Yeah, to no dosa, but still have
Mm.
lopa and avijja.
Would the anagami still has bhav asava, but only as an asava? Well, bhav asava is an asava, but that desire to become, to be, that's just at the asava level for the anagami?
I'm not sure, but because I tend to think about asava as not just arising and then falling away without something more than that following it.
Okay,
So I'm not sure
I
here,
don't know.
but I may be wrong. I don't know. I've not considered this at all.
No, it's been kind of outside the realm of my consideration.
So I think that it's not just understand the word, but to understand the truth. For example, sotapanna, eradicate what? What level of akusala? As two.
Mhm.
No wrong view at all, right?
Correct.
No wrong view of that which seems permanent. In truth, it's not permanent. Realizing the impermanency, the arising and falling of the nimitta of a reality. See?
Yes.
So what does sotapanna eradicate?
The wrong view of self.
And also,
Tithi vipalasa, all tithi vipalasa.
and
Sakkaya tithi.
no matter what kind of deity, so that panna has eradicated.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yes, there's so many kinds. Go ahead, Ajahn.
But
So also the chitta, which sees experience permanent as impermanent, and sanya, which remembers wrongly, that is also eradicated by the sotapanna.
the cetasika, which arises with wrong view, also gone. Never to arise at that level at all. See, that's why not just the word, but understand the truth.
Right.
So Sotapanna has no wrong understanding of anicca, dukkha, anatta, right?
Right.
But he still have attachment to the sensuous object.
Right.
No wrong view.
Right. And mana.
As well, that
Yes.
only that which arises with wrong view, no matter what cetasika arising with the wrong view, cannot arise with wrong view at all.
Right.
Because no wrong view of anicca, dukkha, anatta, all three. But what is left? The vipallasa. The vipallasa which enjoy or still cling to sensuous object. Even one knows that it are not permanent, but it's so nice. And condition to like it is still there.
Yeah.
To the sensuous object until becoming anagami, see? No more condition to cling, to like, to wish, to have the attachment to the sensuous object anymore. But still have avijja and bhavasava, bhavasava and avijjasava, but no kamasava, no ditthasava. And this is the difference between anagami and arahata.
Yeah.
Because that's all. That's right, not only the word, but understanding the truth.
Thank you.
ท่านอาจารย์ it's time ท่านอาจารย์
ค่ะสวั
it's
สดี
12
ค่ะ
o'clock ครับสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ท่านอาจารย์
ท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ